Tehkää kerran mielenkiintoista. Ihmiset, jotka on... Hyvä, jos sinä.
They don't give us any money out.
I'm so enjoying it in your face, and I'm like, no, don't you it.
Below where the bushes are there to the right hand side is some of the original stone structure. You may just about get a glimpse of from the upper deck. I'm not sure how good your view is with the bushes there now, but some of the original stone structure is still there. And basically speaking, folks, what you can do is when you're finished in the church will be to come out and have in the grounds, which can be viewed without ever going into the building at all anyway. The building alone dates from the 1680s when opened first, was opened as an old soldier's home. And it was designed by an Englishman, a fellow called Sir William Robinson, and he came from Yorkshire in England. And he also did some additions to Dublin Castle, and he built Marsh's Library here in the city as well. Crossing the River Cammack here now, nice little trout stream further up. And up we go now for Modnart, folks. That's where we're heading up to at the moment, at Modnart. There may be a function going on in there at the moment, folks, but sure you can check it out anyway. Going on the gate, let you know. Now, folks, how are we fixed on that one? Just on the off chance anyone is looking out for Modnart, although I would say to you folks, judging by the cars going in there and the fellow with the high-vis jacket, I'd say there's some sort of ceremony taking place there. Grass right down, they will have it pulled up by the roots, so it's left like that as well, folks, alright? And then when it gets to a certain point, twice a year they cut it and then they bale it and they save it for winter feed and stuff like that, folks, alright? Over there to your left is the entrance to the US Ambassador's residence, over there to your left. And to your front and right in the middle of the road there is the Chesterfield Monument, placed there by the Chesterfield family to beautify the park and to please the eyes of the Dublin citizens who might decide to pass it on a daily basis. If you can look to the top of it there. Now folks, we're back into our number one stop. That will complete this particular rotation. To continue touring, you'll be joining our next vehicle that's due out. There's a vehicle new.
One of the most impressive buildings in the city. James Gandon, you'll hear about him as we make our way around the tour. He was responsible for building a lot of the big buildings in the city. The Customs House original purpose was to collect taxes off the ships that were sailing up and down the River Liffey. It can be viewed on all four sides. You can drive around the whole lot of Customs House. Very unusual in that type of fact. On the right hand side, you'll see four statues on the very top. Those four statues represent the four known continents of Africa, America, Asia and Europe. We are leaving Ireland during the potato famine. You have a look at the man at the very end. The man at the very end is carrying his son. The son unfortunately had died due to starvation. The man had carried him around, brought him on the emigration ship. These emigration ships were nicknamed coffin ships. The reason they were nicknamed coffin ships is because once people boarded them, they weren't expected to live on board. Listen up to this one. One of Oscar Wilde's most famous quotes is, "Women are to be loved and not understood." Did you get that one? Yeah, that's Oscar Wilde's most famous quote. It's the best.
into plants and botany and that type of thing, like, you know, some of the plants you'd find in the Arctic, or you'd find in more temperate places, or even in the alpine mountainous areas. Not something you expect to find in the West, but that's because, as I said, the microclimate, and there are crevices in the limestone over centuries and thousands of years of erosion by the elements. And some of the plants grow in between those cracks, and they can only survive because of So you'll notice across the burn, and as we go further deeper into the burn, a lot of walls that go on endlessly up and down and kind of zigzag across the landscape. These are called famine walls, and basically, and again, it is a bit windy and gusty today, and I know we're not on top of really high cliffs, but still, just keep back from the edge. And mind your feet. There's in all those crevices when you go out having a look. It's pretty easy to twist your ankle if you're not looking where you're going. And see if you can see any Where is Sydney?
Square miles, this area known as the Moher. So as we drive along, this is what we were calling good land, bad land, good land, the whole way along. But as you might notice, it is sparsely populated down around.
We can't hear you.
What?
What?
Can you not hear me?
No.
Oh, he might have to give it up again. Something happened, shout at me. There's no problem. But as I was saying, this area all along, 260 square miles of rocks all to the right hand side. Now there is good sections of land and bad sections of land as we're going along, but in general the land down this area is very, very poor, and to make money from farming in an area like this down here is actually quite hard and tough, because once you go beneath the surface of the ground, you basically are down onto rock. There is about 4 to 6 inches of soil on top of the rocks around here. But as I was saying before I got unplugged, did you hear about the seals and the dolphins and all that? Yeah. Basically, if you see any seals, dolphins or anything like that, let us know and we can stop the coach to take photographs. But we're going to travel along this for the next about hour and 20 minutes on this cold. Be very careful, do not go over near them. I was down here and I stopped there at Blackhead one day, and of course I went over, because I'm from a farming background, put my hand out to this little pony thing, and he was lovely and quiet. Bad. He kicked at me, he charged at me, he tried to do whatever bar kill me. So stay away from them if you are ever down here again on your own. Now, again, we're going to get close, back close again to see again. And
the lighthouse we just passed there.
I'll be leaving in a couple of minutes, so. Thanks for that.
Camera's out now.
We'll see.
Do we?
Yep.
So Galway Bay. So yeah, you can see basking sharks and pods of dolphins, and it doesn't really matter the weather actually. If you're a spotter or you don't.
Shake hands now.
Did you bring the grease? To let them slide through? Aye.
The bus floats anyway.
He was given a little bit of misinformation. This is the little town of Ballyvaughan, and as you might have noticed, looking around you, you see all these lovely little thatched cottages. Now, as we go along, if you keep looking on your right hand side there, you might, there's one on the right, the green door. You might notice that the door comes in two halves.
So that's the oyster beds. Oyster farming all around this region.
To have one rule for my son and not for everyone else. So he was basically, his son was basically engaged to marry this girl. And the girl was out with a Spanish sailor one night. There's a lot of Spanish here, by the way, and a lot of Galway people will definitely have Spanish DNA as well because of the Spanish Armada. It crashed off the coast. A lot of them ended up staying in Galway. So a lot of people in Galway would be slightly darker than the rest of the Irish. But anyway, so Walter got very jealous of his girlfriend having fun with this Spanish sailor and got drunk and murdered him. And got caught and basically ended up being hung by his own father. So the monkey's death was in vain. Although we've got another 20 odd years now. At this stage, you know what, it is getting late. I think people are hungry. And I'm not going to bring you any further, right? I'm just going to try and show you how you're going to get back to the bus. As you can see, there's so many places to eat here. Take your pick, honestly, because they're all good. They really are all good. To be smart about it, you don't see too many people like that.
Max okay.